No way, ain't no how. I'ma let somebody come and shut me down. Hold my own, I'ma stand my ground. I'ma rep my city and salute my town. Said ain't no way, ain't no how. I'ma let somebody come and shut me down. I'ma hold my own, I'ma stand my ground. And I'm ready for whatever and I still stand proud. Ain't no way. Who you think you kidding, dude? Never thought that I would do.
What up, though? It is your boy Mike D, host of Wrestling from the 313. I am back, and I'm also happy to say that this is the 80th episode of Wrestling from the 313. So thank you. We are very, very close to 100 episodes, and it's been it don't seem like it's been a long time, but hey, I'm happy. So welcome to Wrestling from the 313. We are on YouTube and Twitch tonight. As always, this episode is brought to you by WSN, the Wrestling Society Network. Go to Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Fire Stick, download the app, get all the cool content they got on there, stuff from wrestling shows from the independents, wrestling documentaries. They got the wrestling show made from the 2K video game that's on there. A lot of cool stuff for everybody. Go to the website. Sign up for a free account. Check out all the cool content on there. Go to the podcast room. You see Wrestling from the 313. You see a Bear's Thoughts. You see the Samp and podcast and the Patreon page. Make sure you join the WSN page there and to get all the cool exclusive stuff. They got membership options for everybody. So make sure you check that out. And also, I am also happy to say that Wrestling from the 313 also has a sponsor, and that is Dubby Energy Mix. And I think everybody has seen it on the internet. I got my drink right here. Hey, this stuff is good. Since I've been drinking it, I don't even drink energy drinks no more. That jitterness and stuff that they give you, this stuff doesn't give it to you. I got the Dragonade. It is good. Go to the website and go to the promo code and put in W313. You get 10% off your order. Can't beat that. And my guests, well, they're really not no guests. They just originals of
call me a guest.
Hey man, you know what I'm saying?
My house.
Y'all the homies, man. You know what I'm saying? And when we get together, it's like we at the bar and we just chopping it up. Yes, I got Professor Bear, the CEO of WSN. We got Samp from the Samp and podcast. And when they come together, you got the Professor and the Samp. They got a podcast together. Fellas, it's been a minute. What's been going on?
Man, I tell you what. Here's something funny. I never kept up with my episodes, and recently I decided, okay, I'm just going to do a Spotify channel for my stuff. So I went through counting everything. I am up to 192 episodes. It was mind-blowing. And here's the crazy part, the most crazy part about it. I hit 100 episodes January the 2nd. So
wow.
I put in 90.
Wow. Hey, you've been on the grind. Hey, because it's been some days you had you was doing 4 podcasts a day?
4. The most I've did in one day is 5.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, you was grinding, man. I ain't mad at you.
I know one thing. I would never do that again. I will paste it out. I would do much better. But I really want to thank everybody who was on the shows. The ones that didn't get a chance to. We had communication issues, but it was amazing, and it made me learn so much and appreciate more of what we're doing and how many people are out there doing the same thing for the love of wrestling. So it was definitely a great experience.
That's what's up. Brother Sam, what's been going on with you, man?
Well, I figure since we're all measuring and shit, right? I might as well pull mine out too. So today we released episode 375.
Congratulations.
No, absolutely. But with the professor and myself, we're up to episode 13 now,
Cool. That's what's
right?
up.
This is 13 episodes that we put in the bag. Um, and the proudest thing about it is from episode to episode, I love the evolution and the growth that we have developed. I mean, imagine how cool we were before any of that. How in sync we were before any of that. How dominating we were before any of that. You're looking at two champions individually and collectively, destroying everyone from Tennessee to Illinois. We don't care. So, Professor on the Sap has been an amazing experience. It's I love what I do on Samp and Chance, but I'd be lying if I didn't say that I enjoyed this just a bit more because of what we do and the approach that we take and how we feed off of each other. And you know, not only is he the professor, he's my big brother, right? And as that goes, being said, the respect I have for my big brothers is unlimited. So yeah, I can't wait to see what the future holds for all of it. As long as stupid shit keeps happening in and outside of the ring, we're gonna be busy. So thank you for messing up and creating issues and problems for us to talk about. And yeah, so check it out, man. It started off as a Monday morning go to work podcast, but I think we both realize it's better just to keep it as a Monday podcast, and we kind of work better on that. So again, the evolution of it, there's the growth. Even you, Mike, I remember from day one. It's like watching. I held you in my arms and shit, and it's just like I've been watching you from day one, and just your evolution and your growth and where you've gone and taken this to is fucking absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
So,
thank you.
Right now, unfortunately, we're missing one of our brothers because Professor and I made him take his ball home, cry and go home with his ball. God bless him. We love you, but I'm announcing it here, ladies and gentlemen. We used to be the 4 main eventers. Now I anoint us the trifecta, the triangle of death. The Bermuda Triangle ain't got shit on the 3 of us.
I'm actually glad that you mentioned Joe. I really want to let him know that we're thinking about him.
Absolutely.
He just lost his grandmother, and man, we still here for you, brother.
Absolutely.
We love you,
and
it. God don't make any mistakes, my friend. So
no, God doesn't make any mistakes. Bear, completely correct. And for the amount of stuff that gentleman has had to go through in the last 15 months.
Yes.
Okay. I remember meeting him just shortly after his I believe his was it grandfather or
no, it was his father.
His father passing away, and then his brother and now grandma. The strength that you have to have and the resolve that you have to have to hold it together and be there for your family is unquestionable. So all jokes aside, Joe Monroe is a stud. He's a machine, and nothing but love and respect to my crawfish gumbo loving son of a brother.
And his spot will never.
Make sure we clip this shit so he sees it. Okay.
and I just want to say, his spot will never be filled by nobody else. And whenever he's ready to come back on and
absolutely
chop it up with us, he's more than welcome. And Joe, hope you're doing well. And
that spot in between the two of you is meant for Joe Monroe.
And me, a matter of fact, me and him will be in Illinois in May. There is a big fan fest in SL. I'm gonna get it right in a minute. SICW, Southern Illinois Championship Wrestling, have their 4th annual fanfare, and me and him
Nice.
will be there in person. So
Ooh.
make sure y'all come out, see us, talk to us. Hey, we're going to be doing some great things this year all
Awesome.
around. So,
Mikey, how far is the Windsor border from you?
Right now, because I'm past 8 Mile, so it'll probably be like what 20-25 minutes,
So
something
you're
like
20
that.
minutes away from the border.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
You get some time off in May. I'm going to catch a flight out. I'm going to grab a car. I'm going to cross the border, pick you up, and then we're going to meet these dudes in Illinois.
All right. I'll do that.
Yeah. Okay. We'll talk off the air, but let's organize it.
Okay. Cool.
Mike's like, shit.
hey, and you brought up the fact of people screwing up. Let's talk about Ricochet.
Yeah. Let's get on it.
Yeah. So yeah, let's talk about that. He made some controversial statements about somebody with MS.
MS, yeah.
Was this during the pay-per-view on Sunday?
Afterwards.
Okay. Yeah. So I didn't get a chance to see exactly what he said, but I know that a lot of people were upset with what he said, and I know he apologized or whatever. So Bear, I'll start with you. What were your thoughts on the controversial comments?
I when I heard about it, the first thing that came to my mind is like, okay, he was trying to work and he took it too far. I mean, you know, any type of heel are gonna say outlandish stuff. And hell, look at Maxwell Jacob Freeman. He's always saying stuff. But I think the difference between Max and Ricochet, Max is a jerk all the time. So if he says something out of line, most people take it as, oh, that's just Max being Max.
Yeah.
Versus Ricochet, where and he's already had the controversy of talking that WWE's ruining wrestlers and stuff like that, and he's just trying to keep that heat on. But there's a point where everybody has to say, okay, enough is enough. No matter what type of heat I'm trying to get, is this worth being an asshole and insulting people with stuff that they can't control?
Yeah.
I mean,
because like you said, like with like MJF, he's a heel, but it's like even off camera, like MJF knows when to be a wrestler and when not to be a wrestler,
right?
And you know what I'm saying, like Ricochet. I don't know what to say. Like to even think about even saying something to somebody with a disability, man. That's to me, that's not cool. He shouldn't even went that route, in my opinion. What's your thoughts, Sam?
It wasn't a work. I will disagree with you, brother. It wasn't a work in my opinion. No. I know what you mean. I know he tried to make it sound like that. What you saw was the true dickism that is Ricochet. Okay? He's not far removed from the comments that he makes, in my opinion. What he says online is him. It's not the character Ricochet. It's Ricochet when the cameras are off. That's who he is. He's a jackass, in my opinion. He's an arrogant, pompous, obtuse. Yes, look it up, Ricochet. You, sir, are obtuse. Okay? You're making me bring out words that I didn't want to bring out. All right? Look, the guy's a dick. Pure and simple. Okay? The company that made you, and I've said this before, the only reason you even got a sniff of WWE or anything is because of that one match you had in Japan with Ricochet or with Ospreay. That made you. Ospreay made you. You were shit. otherwise, in my opinion. You were no different than anyone else, just jumping around. When I look at him, I think of that movie Bugs Life and those two little tumblers. Ha 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 ha. That's who he reminds me of. One of those dudes. Okay, that's what I see when I see that guy. Ospreay made him. He's the reason. That match is the reason he came on the radar. WWE did everything for this guy. Okay. You knew he was leaving. You knew he was going out the door. You still put a strap on the guy. They don't do that for anybody. As we see with Johnny Gargano right now. All right. The way they're treating Johnny is because they know he's walking out. He's leaving. He's going AEW. It's not even a spoiler. Okay. It's not even a prediction. This is where he's going to end up going. He's doing the right thing. He's a company man. He's finishing out his contract. He's doing what he's supposed to do. On the flip side of it, you got Ricochet, who's complaining that I didn't want to be a champion, but they made me a champion. Really? That's like me saying I didn't want you to suck my dick, but you did it anyways.
Man, just tell them how you really feel, Sam.
Right. I just did it as nicely as I possibly could. If you want to see Samp of 1995, man, I can bring that guy back too, right? But I mean, the reality is, look, disabilities are an unfortunate thing. Okay, it doesn't matter if it's MS, if it's Alzheimer's, if you're a quadriplegic, if you're whatever the case may be. That's just an unfortunate situation. And it's a part of life. I don't want to bring spirituality too deep into it, but I believe everyone reaps what they sow. Okay. And if these things happen to you, then they're happening because of past life experiences, things that are there. You're paying for your karmas, I believe. That's just my own personal opinion. Right. I mean, it is what it is, and you just got to be a better person, man. It's just, we are in a dark world right now, and the internet is a dark place. It gives us great things like wrestling from the 313, Professor and the Samp, and good stuff like that all the time. But on the flip side of it, it gives us some horrible shit, man. So why be a part of that? And that's what Ricochet's doing, man. He's baby Ryback. Okay, he wants to be a Ryback. He's just a baby Ryback.
Jesus, I wouldn't have went that low.
No, but he is. I mean, the comments that he made about the company that made you, okay? He wouldn't be in AEW if it wasn't for WWE. I don't care what anybody says. Say what you want about WWE and about the company. Anyone who goes through that door comes out better.
I agree.
Okay? It's just a given. Not many talents can make it outside, like the name recognition. Yes, MJF is an example of a guy who's doing it. Okay. Sting was probably the only other example of a guy who could do it. Okay. Other than that, everyone else at some point in their career, no matter where they go, come here to the WWE and they get made.
Well, and I will say this, and not to defend, but there's been other people that have made a name that never been into the WWE system. Yeah. But I definitely agree with you that even if you're in their system for a short amount of time, you come out better because you make more money than you did beforehand.
Well, that's
a name now.
Exactly.
Your name carries value.
Exactly. And now, just to quickly answer that comment that flashed up and ran away really fast, Prince Puma, yeah, he was in Lucha Underground, but the viewership of Lucha Underground was very limited. It was a niche product, right? What I'm referring to here, my brother, who made the comment, is very simply the casual fan gets to know you when you join WWE. Otherwise, you're just we knew who Ricochet was because this is what we do. Mm-hmm. Right? But if we're casual fans, would we have ever known him if he never went through WWE?
Probably not.
There you go. So that's what I'm saying. So yeah, he had a name. A lot of these guys have names. Ospreay had names. They all have names. But within the community, not outside of it.
Yeah. And there's another good example of that, Danhausen. Like with us, you know what I'm saying? With us being, watching different types of wrestling, we knew who he was, but to that person that just watched WWE is probably getting to see who he is for the first time. So they don't really know him as much. So I could agree with you on that. Real quick, you said something about Johnny Gargano, and I know he about to his contract is about to expire, and I know he been doing a lot of losing. Somebody else been doing a lot of losing too. Bailey. Do you think Bailey might be on her way out?
No, I don't think so. I think Bailey is just steadfast. She's there. I think this is more story more than anything. Um, I believe she's on the verge of a flip in character again. She's gonna go one of two ways. She's gonna go completely back to the beginning and become Hugger Bailey, or we're gonna get a really, really dark side with her and Lyra. And the way it's building up, it looks like those two are gonna turn. I don't
Well,
think Bailey's going anywhere, man.
I look at Bailey like this. Bailey is a special situation. One, Bailey wants to uh she would be a lifer in WWE, but I think she's seen how well Miss
Mercedes.
Monet has done, and she wants to have that experience too. Now, I think she will leave, get some, do her thing, and come back to the WWE.
I can see that too. So
Um,
you can see her doing something like what Cody and Drew did.
Yeah.
Possibly, I could see that as well. I could see that as well, but I think she's already established herself, Professor and Mike, in the sense that she's like a locker room leader. You know, she's really taken on that role very well, and I think a lot of what she's doing is to better the business. You know, like I mean, unfortunately, I hate to say this, and you know, outside of Lita and Trish, the shelf life for most of female wrestlers is very limited, smaller
Right.
than the guys, unfortunately. Right?
Yeah.
You know, like you can come back and do this and this, but I feel that she's at a point in her career because if you see some of the stuff that she's doing outside of the ring with this wrestling school that she's opening and having all the girls come through and work, and you know, like we're not privy to everything backstage. You know, anything is possible as we already know, right? But I
Right.
really, I'm a firm believer that she's going to be one of those ladies that's going to end up at the performance center, and whatever she's doing in terms of losing right now and this and that is a part of the story, right? Ultimately, I think she's trying to get Lyra over,
I, I agree
right?
with that.
I
And
Because Lyra, when remember I said to you guys before as well, like Lyra's green as heck, right?
yeah,
Even when she came in, she was green as heck. In the first couple matches that she had on Raw, she couldn't sell properly. She had a hard time selling. You know what I mean? Like in some of those spots, like when Becky came at her on the ropes, she was already covering up and already being hurt before she even got hit.
yeah.
So having Bailey in her corner, you see the evolution again of her, Lyra. You know, that's the way I kind of take it. But what do we know? I can't read her mind.
Yeah, because when you said that about Johnny Gargano and even Bailey, she was over at AAA. She wrestled at the AAA event this past Saturday, and she lost that. And I'm thinking, I'm like, man, is Bailey about to leave? Like, because like she been doing a lot of losing, but it makes
Yeah.
sense. Like, you know, she might be putting putting Lyra over to make
Well,
her
and
character
they're
better.
helping, and they're trying to help build that AAA brand. That's why they keep doing this, and I have a problem with it because Dom got hurt again. This is the second time now that Dom has gotten hurt on a AAA show.
Oh wow.
Okay, so he's on the shelf again. So this, you know, with WrestleMania and everything, do you need your top guys on that card?
Yeah.
well,
You know, I
he's
get it. He's a
different
champion.
though.
Pardon?
Well, not even just with him being the champion. It's different because everybody looks at him and his father as, oh man, they got to be a part of AAA. And
I
so,
get that, but he's working himself to the bone. He's doing that on Saturdays, and wherever they are in Mexico, he has to fly from there to Monday night to get to Raw that night. Plus, he's doing all whatever's left of the house shows, right? I mean, at the
right.
end of the year, he usually tallies the last 2-3 years. He's in the top 3 of most matches had.
And again, I think too with Dom, that's one of the reasons why they took the title off of him, the Intercontinental title, because they were overworking him, and the storyline was starting to get stale. And and I hate to bring up this point because I know what a lot of people are going to say, but I'm getting sick and tired of champions that don't defend their damn titles.
Well, that's I can explain that to you, man. Because look, Drew did it and he lost it on the first time. Second time.
Second time, yeah.
Second time. You know what it is? It's just a lot of talking bravado going on. I get what you're saying, man. But again, that match with Penta was supposed to be Dom. They threw Dragon Lee in there on Monday night because Dom couldn't go.
Right.
It
is.
And then, yeah. So I mean, I don't know. It is what it is. What's more seemingly getting hurt?
Well,
why are they getting hurt more on reduced schedules? It's because they're not getting the reps in like they used to. That's what the house shows were all about. Was creating, having free range creation because you don't have TV cameras or anything there. So these guys could experiment with different things, experiment with different moves, experiment with different promos. It's almost like a comedian going to the comedy store just to practice a set before he goes on tour to get a set for it, right? That's what that was. Kept your body warm, kept your body hot, right? Like we said, we can all go to the gym, we can all train, we can all do cardio, but you don't know what you have until you step in between the ropes, because that's a different kind of cardio and that's a kind of different workout completely. So by taking away the house shows, my friend, this is why we're getting more and more injuries, because these guys are cold.
Yeah.
A lot of them are only working 2 days a week now, if that, 1 day a week, and maybe a house show here and there.
And you could probably say the same thing with AEW because they had a lot of injuries at one point. They had a lot of injuries, and they don't even do house shows.
And
that's across the board, right?
And that's why a lot of the wrestlers in AEW have other outside bookings to keep themselves going.
Yeah, if you're locked in WWE, you're locked into WWE unless they send you to Evolve or AAA or something, right?
Right.
Or TNA. Other than that, these guys are basically working a 2-day schedule a week, right? Honestly, pay-per-views included maybe 3 days a week, once a month. But for the most part, without the house shows and stuff, that's why guys and girls are getting injured more often.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense. Let's talk about another big thing that happened in AEW. Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey is now AEW. I know she had a press conference for her MMA fight coming up. And, she was basically talking about how, UFC don't pay the fighters and stuff like that. But now she's in AEW, and, she's with Marina Shafir. What do y'all think she's going to do in AEW? I'll start with you, Sam.
First off, I was really surprised that she showed up there because Mr. Khan is so anti-Rousey and Brock Lesnar in that sense, like from where they came from and what they represent and how they talk and everything. So having her show up on the show, good move. I mean, if you can pull it off, get her right now while she's hot, man. I mean, with that Netflix card, and again, I'm privy to it a bit more because I kind of cover that side of all of it too. So I can be a bit more of an insight on it. The big problem here is TKO. Okay. TKO, we're starting to see. I said to everybody when they pulled the house shows, when they started to pull all these things, I said, this is going to be a problem. We're seeing it with injuries. Okay. Right across the board. The other problem with TKO is that they're watering down UFC now. Okay. We're starting to see the effects that we saw in WWE. We're starting to see in UFC now in terms of UFC prided themselves on being a brand that always gave you fresh, hardcore, cool matches, right? The best matchups that you could. Whereas PFL, all these other Cage Warriors, et cetera, I can go down the line. These are all the AEWs, TNAs, et cetera, evolves of MMA. And their shows were pretty much what UFC is now. They're running so many shows that the talent is not even good anymore. I mean, they can all kick my ass. I'm not saying it in that sense, but in terms of, am I invested in the show? Why would I want to watch this? You know what I mean? And that's what we're getting here. This UFC card at the White House was being pumped up like nobody's business for a year before they announced the card. Okay. Your good friend, Mr. Orange, kept saying, this will be the best card in the world. The 7 to 6, 7 to 8 title matches. It's going to be the most amazing card ever done. Blah, blah, blah. Bad impression. I'm sorry, but that's the best I got. What they gave us was a good card if you're a UFC fan. What they gave us was what WrestleMania 42 is shaping up to be. It's a good card if you're a wrestling fan, not if you're a casual fan. This White House card was built and should have been built for the casual fan. WrestleMania isn't my show, isn't your show. WrestleMania is a casual fan show, in my opinion. Okay? Because we're going to always come back the next month to Backlash. Then we're going to show up to Money at the Bank. Those people aren't. They'll show up at WrestleMania, SummerSlam, maybe Survivor Series, and definitely Royal Rumble. Okay?
And don't forget Clash at $10 too, because you know they got to do one of those.
Well, they got one of those, but you know, whatever the case may be. But the reality is, 90% of the programming is not for the casual fan; it's for us. But that part that is for the casual fan, they missed the boat. And Jake Paul, he's killing it.
Yeah.
That card that they put together for Netflix is insane. Ronda Rousey, Gina Carano. Match waiting to happen for years and decades, you know. Then you got Francis Ngannou on that card. Okay, now you threw on Nick Diaz against Mike Perry. Like those 3 fights alone make me go, "Wow, I want to see this." Right? So, and that's what's happening here. TKO is killing their products. They don't realize it. On both fronts. We blame Triple H. We blame booking. We can't blame Road Dogg anymore, people.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. But the reality is Mark Shapiro and Ari are pulling the strings. They're marketing people. They don't know anything about sports entertainment and they don't know anything about combat sports. $7 billion deal and you still can't pay your people? Come on, man.
Yeah. Right.
And throwing Zuffa Boxing. I mean, the fact that they brought one guy in and they're paying him $15 million for one fight. Okay. What are guys like Sean O'Malley, guys that have built your brand and everything else, thinking to themselves? Like Sean O'Malley was the main event on the Sphere card.
Okay.
He walked away with maybe $1.2 million.
Oh, that's a move.
But that's what I'm saying. This is what I'm talking about. Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's all I got to say about that.
That's what's up. Professor Bear, what's your thoughts on Ronda Rousey and
AEW? I think it was a great move. They've had conversations, and the thing a lot of people forget, Ronda worked with AEW before.
Yeah.
So this is nothing new as far as them talking and working. Of course, I think you got someone that is really hated in the wrestling field. We do not like Ronda, as wrestling fans don't. She's talked bad about the sport. She talk crap about fans. So to get her in against one of our favorites, to get the possibility to see Tony Storm, man, that is money. And you can play it so well. You have so many different options with it that you can let it slow burn and still come out a great card and ahead and stuff. So I thought it was a brilliant move. Nobody saw it coming. And I just like everything. Everything is coming up. Everything is just going real good with AEW here lately. They're taking advantage of everything where WWE has been dropping the ball, and they've been slowly just making it just spoil up. And on top of that, the one thing that with everything going on in the world today, now you can't go over to Saudi Arabia to put on the next show.
Yeah,
Now you got to try to figure out where you're gonna go with that show.
yeah,
A lot of fans are gonna be pissed at that just for the set. Oh, because you can't go now, you want to bring it to us, and you overcharging us with these high ass tickets. Yeah, no.
yeah. I definitely agree with that. Yeah, speaking of that, with everything that's been going on, and you know WWE, that's they destination right there, the Middle East. Do you think that they're gonna consider that they could possibly consider moving WrestleMania next year back to the States?
Yes.
Depending on how long Stupid continues to do what he's doing, yeah, they're going to have to. You got to have backup plans and be ready for anything, especially in this day and age. You, because you do the one thing you really don't want is to wait last minute and then try to get people to switch plans and you don't have a spot, then you get a spot, then you got to rush the product and rush your car. So as much as people talk crap about Triple H and don't like his booking and stuff, Triple H is smart enough to see, okay, let's get some plans in place just in case.
Yeah. If they happen to move it back to the States next year, where do you think it should be?
It's very simple. It's very simple. Bear, if I may. So basically, WWE has Plan B for WrestleMania 43 just in case. They're not making a move yet because they're just waiting to see how all this stuff plays out. I already called the Strait of Hormuz, didn't I, Bear?
Yep.
Yeah, I already called that. So this is not going to go away anytime soon. Okay. As of today, they bombed oil reserves in Qatar. Okay. So look, we're not a political program, but very quickly, your leadership team made a very bad decision here. This is something they thought was going to be quick, but it's not. It's going to drag on for a long time because the people that they attacked, I'm not saying they're good people, but they've been prepared for this for 20 years. They've been waiting for this moment for 20 years. They know they can't attack your guys, and I'm so happy for that because I'd be upset if my brothers were in harm. But what they can do, and they have the range to do, is attack every other interest in that part of the region. That's the only reason America's there, to be completely honest. Okay?
Yep.
If there was no interest there, America wouldn't be there.
Of course.
Because with all the atrocities and the human rights violations that are happening in Africa, I've never seen one American plane fly over or anything because it has no interest and has no value to them. Okay. So what these guys have done is bid off something that they cannot fix. This is not fixed from the air. They're going to actually physically go in on the ground to clean this up. That's my next prediction. I'm just telling you how it is, bro. Like I've seen enough war. Not seen enough war, but I've studied enough wars in history. You know, one of my degrees, my undergrads is history.
Okay.
So for me, a lot of this is something I love history generally. Okay. But that being said, there's two places that WrestleMania will go. Okay. Indianapolis is already being promised in WrestleMania. All right. Number two, New Orleans wants it bad. And it was supposed to go there this year. So at any given moment, those will be the two cities that WrestleMania 43 will potentially be showing up at.
I could see that, and I do remember they had that whole deal with Indianapolis going. There was supposed to be a bunch of PLEs that was going to be.
Well, yeah, it's all set up, and they're owed to WrestleMania as a part of that deal, so it could potentially be that one. But I have a feeling I'm probably going to be New Orleans.
That's fair.
And this is something while we're on this subject. How bad do you think WrestleMania is going to look with the current state of the U.S. with traveling down with people afraid to come in because they may get picked up and sent to a country they don't know anything about, because let's just face it, most of the people in power are racist as hell. So
You guys are okay. I'll be the guy to get fucked over. Okay. Even though I'm South Asian, everyone thinks I'm Mexican. The other day I went to the store and the girl behind the counter was South Asian, right? And all I said was, "Give me the other one," but in Hindi, and I didn't even realize I said it. Right? All I said, instead of saying, "Oh, can I just see the other one?" I said, "Oh, me the cow." And she looked at me like, "You can speak Hindi?" I go, "Yes, I'm a Hindu." She goes, "No, you're not." What do I need to show you? I I don't know how to prove this to you, but this is what I get all the time. So you can imagine how I feel going down there.
Yeah.
I go to Mexico and I get in trouble from old men who say I should know how to speak Spanish. Why don't you know your language? I'm like, fuck. I get it at home. I get it in traveling.
That's crazy. All right, so real quick before we talk about WrestleMania, there's a guy right now that's kind of taking the independents by storm. He had his first North American match. He signed with TNA, and that is none other than Ricky Sosa. He got the hottest theme song. He got the hottest entrance right now. I listen to the song on my phone and stuff like that. What do y'all think is gonna happen with Ricky Sosa with him being in TNA? I'm gonna go ahead and call it. I think eventually he'll be on NXT.
Oh.
No, I'm just gonna say it just straight out. I think he's gonna eventually be on NXT. I can see him being an X Division champion or whatever. What they got? Don't they got a what's the name of that belt they got?
International championship.
Yeah, international championship. And it's like some type of streaming or media something.
Yes. I hadn't seen it in such a long time.
Yeah.
But hell, I don't watch TNA like that either. So
yeah. So just your thoughts on Ricky Sosa. You think he's gonna do good in the States, and just like you think he gonna possibly cross over to NXT, like, since they got the whole little crossover thing going?
But I definitely think he will. And when I say this, I truly mean it from the heart. I don't want people to think that my whole existence in wrestling is to shit on WWE. It is not. But with that being said, they pick talent and just rob them, and he'll be over there. Mike Santana will be over in WWE. They still use the same philosophy that Vince McMahon used when he first started to cripple the indie, not indie, but the territory system.
Territories, yeah.
They always going for your top stars and bringing them over. And honestly, that's what they're gonna do with him. He's big. He's a name that people know outside of wrestling. He's gonna bring a new audience.
Yeah. And they did it with Joe Hendry. You know what I'm saying? So,
Jordan Grace.
Yup. Definitely.
It makes me think that TNA is kind of like a feeder system, like a third tier.
Yeah.
If Raw and SmackDown are tier 1, NXT is tier 2, tier 3 is TNA, and tier 4 would be Evolve.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't forget AAA is the tier 3.
AAA is tier 3 / almost 2 if you want to. Look, Ricky Sosa coming here, he could have gone to AEW. because he could have gone to Ring of Honor. He could have done a whole bunch of stuff there. He could have opened, like we said, that's the one beauty of TNA guy or AEW wrestlers is they have that freedom of mobility to work other promotions, indie scenes to keep, themselves going, sort of a deal, correct? So, but when you lock yourselves into WWE, you're now a part of that system. And for Ricky, it has to be a choice. All right. If he's that sought after, I'm sure everyone was knocking on the man's door without knowing him or talking to him. He's entered the system. Next step, NXT. Wrestling in WWE isn't like independent wrestling when we go to our local shows where we don't have to worry about cameras and, facial expressions and stuff like that, but cameras, where to look at, where you're supposed to go to, stuff like that, your cues, your points. That's what he's going to learn now.
Yeah.
I could definitely see him on one of those big NXT PLEs, like a stand and deliver or what Halloween Havoc or something like that. I could see him being on one of them debuting or maybe even debuting on the show. But I definitely see him eventually crossing over to NXT. They watching it right now to see how that popularity, how the fans react on TNA. And
if they wanted to bring him to NXT, they would have brought him right away. They know what they're doing. They're going to mold this guy. They're going to teach him camera angles because, I don't know how much experience he has with that stuff, right? So that's where he's at, man. Good for him. Hard work pays off.
Definitely. Yeah, and his entrance and his theme music is fire too. Yeah, I like that. So yeah, hope big nothing but big things for Ricky Sosa, and hopefully see him over in NXT.
Bear, sorry, Mike. Before we move on, Bear, your job is to hate on WWE, and my job is to hate on AEW.
I can't hate all the time because they do some good stuff.
That's what makes it work, man. That's what makes it work.
Exactly.
Right.
But very quickly, you know what? I just wanted to talk about this very quickly, Mike. I know I don't mean to take over like that. You guys were talking about AEW and how things are going really, really good and this and that and all that stuff. And I agree with all of it. But here's my problem I have with it. I talked about it with Bear a little bit as well on Monday as well. I talked about it today again, a second time. And now I get lucky on the trifecta, the triangle of death. I get to talk about it one more time. The problem with AEW, not AEW, the problem with Tony Khan is he doesn't care for stories. He doesn't care for storytellings. All he wants is 5-star matches, and that's it. Right now, you have the opportunity of a lifetime, Tony Khan, to build off some of these stories that emerged from Revolution. Okay? Some of the stuff that happened on that show, the show was great. I will say it was the best pay-per-view of the year so far. Okay? And that's considering everything that we've gotten this year from all brands. That MJF match was phenomenal. Now, was the card that good overall? It was okay. It was no different than any AEW card I've ever seen. What made this card special, in my opinion, were the amount of surprises and returns that we got that we weren't even promised. Okay? Since WrestlePalooza, WWE had saying, this is going to be the greatest show ever. We're going to get this surprise. Oh, you guys are going to have your minds blown. Well, I'm still fucking waiting, man. Right? And then the show comes, Revolution shows up. I'm watching the show. I'm invested. I'm watching it because I know I got to talk about it on Monday. So I'm watching. And all of a sudden, Ospreay comes out. And I had to do a double take when I looked at him because he looked different. He rebranded himself. He changed his hair. The little details. He's bigger. He's jacked up more. Then you had Omega come out of nowhere. Then you had Agent Christian come out of nowhere. Throwing Ronda Rousey. You know what I mean? Like all the surprises that we got. That's what made that show pay-per-view of the year so far.
And I know it was like 4.5 hours. I actually had fell asleep on it. And
I felt bad for you. I thought about you guys, man. I'm sitting there like it's 8 o'clock here in the evening. I'm just like this, I think I'll go for a walk afterwards. And you poor guys, it's almost midnight. Alarm clock's gonna go off in 4 hours.
Hey, because I fell asleep and then I woke up and then I refreshed it it was on my phone. It froze. So I'm like, man, I know this pay-per-view ain't on. I was about to turn it off, but then I pushed pause and it just came on. And I say, man, this pay-per-view still on?
I know. I know the show was long because Monday morning I had to go into the Bear's cave and poke him with a stick, man.
What I found, and again, this is the argument all the time that AEW runs long, and yes, it does. But I rather them run long for the price you're paying. You get your money's worth.
No,
And
absolutely.
And the thing is too, I have to kind of disagree with you with Tony Khan doesn't do storytelling. Well, he's done a long storytell with Max and Hangman. And now we get to see where Hangman goes. He can't be for the world title. So what is he going to do? That gives another one of their top people is out of the picture. Now you get somebody who can step up.
No, I you're right, Bear. That is one storyline. But what I'm saying is, right now, majority of that show is just put together on what almost feels like what he. I get. It's like him grabbing a menu at a restaurant, saying, "Oh, I want to see Edge and Christian versus the Young Guns." Why? But you know what I mean? It's almost like he's just picking matches and booking stuff that he wants to see, right? That's the way I see it. Like, storytelling is a huge part of wrestling for me. Okay. It's the reason I watch it for the most part. It's the storytelling. And what I find with that company is that they don't do enough of it, and they leave a story hanging with no resolution, and they go in a completely different direction. Prime example, and I said this to everybody, Tommaso Ciampa, thrown into the pit of obscurity that is known as AEW's middle class. Okay. You brought this guy in with a rocket. You put a title on him. You lose it on your TV show, not even the pay-per-view. And now he's in a battle royal, which he didn't even win on the pre-show.
Who ended up winning the? Because I know Ricochet
Jungle
lost.
Boy.
Boy.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? And we talked about this on Monday. I'm like, okay, now because he said the TNT title, and for what you're saying, I agree with somewhat, but they've turned him. He's heel. So now, what would be the sense of him going for the TNT title when a heel is holding it?
I appreciate that. Then why even put the title on him and turn him heel and do all that stuff when he came in? You know what I mean? Like, it just and my retort was, okay, now he can go after the national title because Jungle Boy has it now, and we all know that the face and heel dynamic doesn't have to be there to make a good storyline or a great match. But that's the simplicity of booking that he does. He tries to keep it that way. Now, every now and then they'll throw something at us, and that's for us wrestling fans, us real wrestling fans. But then he's like, okay, I can do this for a minute, but I have to go back to this because I'm trying to draw in people who are not usual wrestling fans. And like anything else, I always feel like if you don't follow a story weekly, then you're not going to get it. So again, I think I even told you this. So, and you said this yourself, that we're going to wait to see where he goes from there. No, 100%. I said that yesterday, but I didn't get a chance to say it here because I was just rehashing it all again, bro.
Right.
We'll see where we go with it and see how it plays out.
Right. And that's the fun thing about it for me.
No, absolutely.
Is that
I just really want them Bear to win a little bit now, right? I mean, whatever I'm saying is because I want them to be successful.
Right.
I don't see it in malice. I'm only pointing out what I see.
Right. No, I get that too.
And for the most part, for the most part of their existence has been run on impulse, in my opinion. They need to slow it down and start telling some stories so people are engaged and want to come back and turn on that show. That's all. Storytelling's engaging, right?
Yeah, right about that.
Like, I'm gonna make you guys pop again. You ready?
Go ahead.
Does anybody watch a porno from beginning to end? No, because there's no story there. We're just there for the quick shot, right? I mean, like, tell me, am I right or wrong?
Well,
That's a prime example of what happens when you don't have a story. You just fast forward as fast as you can.
What I was about to say is it just depends on the person, because some people like them to go from beginning to the
right, and those people are the AEW fans that watch it from beginning to end and then say it was the best thing ever on the internet, right? And then they'll criticize the exact same thing that they saw in AEW and WWE. All right. So those are the guys that are watching it from end to end. And those are the guys that are still going and buying the DVDs from the store because they like to have the hard copy.
Well, hey, but in the same sense, that's the same thing about WWE fans. They watch WWE from beginning to end.
No, they do because there's stories there, though, Bear. The only thing I'll say against the WWE fans is all those people, 200,000 people complaining about Cody becoming champion. Oh, so angry, so angry. Okay. 1 week later, Randy, the third guy in 3 years to kick the shit out of him before WrestleMania. Remember, The Rock beat him outside of his bus in front of his wife.
Oh, yeah.
All right. The following year, he got beaten up by John Cena, The Rock, and the shaman who was smudging something with his thing, Travis Scott, right? And then this year, he got tuned on again.
Yeah.
And out of all three, I will have to say that Randy did the best job of it. It was the most realistical. It's the most believable. If we want to make wrestling believable, what Randy did was the most believable beatdown. The Viper's back. I didn't know I needed him back in my life.
Yeah. He
WWE fans are fickle, okay? They'll flip on a dime. No, dude. Boo! They're standing in the crowd holding their sign saying, "Boo! We hate Cody." Well, you're dumb. Why did you just spend $800 on a ticket to stand in there and boo the guy? You could have done that from home.
Yeah.
So who's really laughing, right? As soon as he gets beaten up, everyone's cheering for him again. They all love him again. Poor Cody, right? Come on, man.
Right. Yeah. So since you brought up Cody and Randy, that's gonna go into the
next one.
No segment of the show, and that's the WrestleMania build-up so far. So I think so far they got 5 matches that's for the card. Roman versus CM Punk, Cody versus Randy, Liv Morgan versus Stephanie Vaquer, Jade Cargill versus Rhea. And I already know this is one of the matches I want to see. This is about to be like King Kong versus Godzilla. Brock Lesnar, Oba Femi. I think the way that whole thing was set up, it seemed like it was going to be that it was setting up for Brock versus Seth at WrestleMania. But when Oba came out and basically picked up Brock, power bombed him, and the look that Brock had on his face, I'm like, this is gonna be a good story leading into WrestleMania. So, real quick, what are some of the matches? So the matches that they've announced so far. We'll start with you, Bear. What matches are you looking forward to?
As much as I hate to admit it, I'm all about the Oba and Brock. And here's a couple of things that people never want to give Brock credit for. Brock can sell his ass off.
Mm-hmm.
He can sell. And when Brock is intrigued and wants to do something, he puts his energy into it. it was him that told, oh, but he's like, put your foot on my chest.
Yeah, yeah.
And that part right there, just that little detail shocked everybody. Okay, people got over on Brock before, but nobody had the audacity to put their foot on that man.
Yeah.
And it sold it for me. I definitely am not looking forward to Roman and Punk. I'm tired. Look, I'm that old man that Roman called Punk. I'm tired. I'm sick. I love Roman. I do. But I'm sick of Roman being in the top spot, and I damn sure don't want CM Punk there. I'm just honest. The Rhea and the Jade Cargill match, I'm looking forward to it to see how professional they can be.
Yeah. Because you could definitely tell there's some tension between them two.
Oh, yeah.
I say the same thing with Roman and CM Punk, too.
Yeah, you're right, but I just don't care. They've hit me to I don't care anymore. And Stephanie, a fun fact they brought up about Stephanie, you know, her and Big Mommy Cool have wrestled 8 times.
Yeah, they have wrestled a lot the last couple of them.
And this is all to set up Liv winning. And I have a hard time with storylines for the women because they either one or two things. They underdo it or they overdo it.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes me not really have any interest in it. And I know all 4 women are great athletes. Now, Jay, the problem I have with her, they don't, like Samp said before, she doesn't get enough reps. They should have had her ass in NXT. They should have. That if anybody needed that, is her. Not that she is just terrible at wrestling, but she needed the reps to help her adjust to WWE style wrestling.
Yeah, I agree with that. Because I think when what's her name, Blake Monroe, I think when she finally gets called up, I think she's gonna be a top star on the women's division. I think women's championship or women's world championship. Because all she gonna do, and she said it in the article, like she's not in no rush to get called up to the main roster. So all she about to do is soak in all that knowledge from NXT, and as soon as she get to the main roster, she gonna be one of the top stars. And I think the same thing with Jada Parker too.
Oh yeah, I think so too. I'm glad they didn't send her up too early.
I think she's gonna probably be, when she get called up, probably the female Trick Williams, on the strength of when her music comes on.
Yep.
Everybody gonna be chanting Miss Parker. It's gonna be right up there with Whoop That Trick, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
Brother Sam, what matches you looking forward to so far?
All of them. Because it's WrestleMania. Okay. I'm gonna find something to enjoy in all of them. I'm tired of finding things wrong because it's too easy. I know that's what we do. So let's start with this. Okay. What we're seeing right now is a new creative taking over. Okay. And some of we've seen these spots before, but they're more prominent now. Okay. They're not so hard to find, aka Easter eggs. Okay.
Right.
On SmackDown, we saw 2 Easter eggs. Randy's shirt hanging, the blue one, hanging on a rack behind Dragunov when he was talking in that promo. The other one was when Lyra and Bailey. Was it Lyra and Bailey? No. Sorry, I can't remember who it was, but there was another segment with BFAB
And Jay Cargill. Yeah, I read about
and
that.
Jay Cargill, right?
Yeah.
And the other one, yeah, I know that was Lyra and Bailey. They were cutting their promo in the back when they were hyping each other up. Did you
Yeah.
notice who was consoling Maxine Dupuis in the background?
Yep.
Oh, was it Austin Theory?
There you
Yep.
go. And
Yeah.
Logan calls him off to the side. So seeds are being planted for different things here. So Jade Cargill, BFAB, there's something going on there that's going to either come out at WrestleMania or before WrestleMania because Jade knows she can't beat her. Okay? She's built for aesthetics. I'm built for war. Love that line. All right? Jade is good at what she is, but mommy is mommy. Okay? She is the veteran. She's going to be the general in that match. I think they'll be professional, but Jade Cargill is kind of like a female Ricochet in the sense that she doesn't know where to stop, and you know what I mean in her tweets and stuff like that. So I can see how that can become a personal thing. Okay, Randy and Cody, you want to talk about his story? That story is being told since the day Cody showed up.
Yeah.
You're my big brother. I look up to you. But Randy always said, one day I'm going to come for that belt.
Yeah.
And if you have it, I'm sorry. So that's what made that heel turn even more awesome. And I knew something was up. Obviously, I knew something was going to happen at the contract signing, but the shirt that he wore, the black one, RKO everybody.
Yeah.
That just told me right there and then, okay, it's now. This is where we're going to change, right? This is their solution. We're not going to change Cody, but we'll make him heel again.
Well,
I'm going to call it right now. I think 15 is going to get wrapped around his waist at Mania.
I have to say something. As you talk about long storytelling, the storytelling for me is Cody and everybody turning on him. He's gonna snap.
Yeah, I know. He'll have that moment. He'll have
Right,
that moment.
no, I'm not
after he
saying
loses
that.
the belt.
No, I'm not saying right now, but this is storytelling that I love.
100%.
Like,
I believe it. And the best way to do it is have him lose the belt to Randy at Mania. Okay, and that's where he's going to snap.
I think it's going to be Sammy getting him. I think that's where he snaps.
Possibly
because Sammy has been planting that
making
seed.
everyone on, right? Yeah. He's doing his thing. Yeah, you're completely right. I forgot about that angle. That's completely possible. All right, but on to Roman and Punk. I'm looking forward to this match because it's literally an example of bad timing in terms of some of these guys getting injured that should have, could have, and probably would have been in that spot.
Right.
Okay. An example of what my other partner in crime, Chance, would say is they're not making enough talent ready. That could be another part of it as well. So you have to bring Roman in. Okay. I think this is Punk's swan song. He's going to be gone from the company pretty soon, right? He's going to retire soon. He knows he's old. The comments that they're making, the way they're building up the story, all I'm waiting for now is for the comment about Larry. And once that drops, this feud is really going to pick up, I believe. That's the only thing that they haven't dropped yet. Okay. He said the shit about his dad, which was bad, but I'm sure they got the permission of everybody in that lineage to drop that line before they actually put it on air.
Of course.
Right? It's a safe line that way. I'm waiting for the Larry line now. Right? He can go in two directions. Roman says, "You're so weak." Okay, I'm just off the top of my head. Roman can say to him, "You're so weak that I only wanted 3 kids, but I ended up with 5. You can't have any kids, and all you had was a decrepit old dog, Larry." Something along the lines of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
If Roman, and the way Roman's cutting promos right now is cadence, everything, the best thing he ever learned was that lesson from Cena at SummerSlam. That time they were feuding for SummerSlam. Because up until then, that dude could not cut a promo.
That's true. Yeah.
After Cena humbled him legitimately, shoot style, in front of millions of people, was he able to start to learn the art form?
Right.
Fair?
Yeah.
Now you look at the guy on the mic, he's absolutely amazing. his cadence, his delivery. It's kind of like his own, but I get a feel of Jake the Snake when I hear him talk. But a modern version, a cocky version. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love when he breaks down and starts laughing.
Yeah.
You like it's like, oh hell, he about to come, he about to hit him with one.
Exactly. You know, and that's the tribute to John Cena and what he taught him, right? So for me, honestly, dude, I'm looking forward to all the matches on Mania because it's Mania. You know, and I just want to go and enjoy myself.
Yeah. Definitely,
You know, and so is it a great card? Is it an amazing card? No, it could probably be done a backlash if they really want it. You know what I mean? It's nothing mind blowing yet. I mean, let's keep in mind Gunther doesn't have a match. LA Knight still doesn't have a match, right?
Usos
I'm
don't have a match.
pretty sure we're gonna get Dominic versus Finn, and the Demon will show up. I'm sure
I think we're gonna get the Usos versus the Vision too.
we get that as well, right? Yeah, I think we'll get that. I think Penta's going to end up in, and I think this is going to be like the new Money in the Bank for WrestleMania before it made its own show. The Intercontinental title and the US title will be defended in a fatal 4-way or a fatal 5-way or something, right? To get them on. You'll have US on one night, and they'll probably do the same with the female secondary titles as well, right? So we'll get those matches so everyone gets on the card.
Well, with the U.S. title, it's going to be Julia and Tiffany.
Yeah, I see. Yeah,
yeah, they were setting that up.
So there you go. So you have that potential match, and from what I'm understanding, if Ray can get healthy, Gunther will probably retire him at Mania to keep that going. Right? Because Gunther's doing shit. He's not doing anything.
Exactly.
That's true.
Right? I mean, he's getting colder than Royce Keys.
Look, I'm about to say, if you need somebody to retire, go ahead and retire Rusev.
Oh, shit. We don't even get started on that one, bro. Do we really want to open that? Like, I don't know how much time Mike has here. Oh.
Yeah, he would have been
Rusev, but
no, he screwed himself. Yeah. He can't get over. I don't care what anybody says. He had the one gimmick, Rusev Day, which he wore the shirt. He was wearing Rusev Day shirt. Right? Like, I mean, he's even saying, please, let me go back to this because this is the only thing that worked.
Yeah.
Okay? You got released. You went to AEW. You couldn't even get any traction there, even when you had blonde hair.
Oh, yeah, I remember he did have blonde.
Okay.
What was his name in
Miro.
Miro. Yeah.
Right? He's a prime example that you can't blame booking and you can't blame Triple H and you can't blame creative. At the end of the day, if you're a coach and we're all coaches, okay, we can tell the team to run this play. It's up to them to execute. Yeah. Right? So if the fans are going to cheer for R-Truth and not cheer for Rusev, well, that's the fans' prerogative. How can you blame booking then?
Yeah.
It's not working.
And it's funny you say R-Truth. He's about to win his next tag
team title. There you go.
Damian Priest.
Dude, think about it. How sad is that? Like, I love it. Don't get me wrong. I think it's funny. But from a show perspective, from a story perspective, here's a team that just came together out of nowhere. We're talking about a guy who got erased, and then they brought back because everyone was sad. Right? I think the one thing WWE learned from 2025 is we don't listen to the fans anymore. Yeah. We stick to the game plan and do what we do, right? Vince never listened to the fans.
And you can't find anything for the fucking Street Profits to do.
They've been on TV so long. What's his face he's gotten fat now. No, I'm not fat, but you know what I mean? Like, he's huge. Yeah. Montez. Monster. Look at the size of the guy.
And then I read something a while back that they were going to start doing shows, house shows in NXT.
They did actually. When NXT was here in Knoxville last month, and he was here, and Street Profits wrestled.
Yeah, they're already doing it, right? So I mean,
yeah, they did that loop of NXT show.
Yeah,
and at this point, they need to just throw them in the.
Sorry, very quickly, Stephanie McCure and Liv Morgan is the only match on this card. And you can say she's fought Raquel 8 times, but what interaction? We haven't seen any build up since those two promos that she accepted the challenge. Have they even come
Oh,
face
when
to
she
face?
bust her over the head with the microphone.
Yeah, yeah. Like she hasn't really been there. He actually showed up at the pay per view or whatever to counter the interference and stuff. But the story, they haven't really built that story. I think the
Well,
story for me personally is Raquel Rodriguez turning on Liv Morgan.
Yeah, even after they turned on Finn, you still see that?
I almost have a feeling it's going to turn out that way because you see the little details. She's costing her. Who's costing her all the losses against Stephanie?
That's true.
and
It's
And she
Liv.
threw her out in the Rumble too.
yep.
And she threw out of the Rumble as well, right? So, I mean, I think that's the story kind of coming out of this, man. Like, this is the storytelling. So, I just wanted to throw that out there really quick.
Real quick. Going back to Randy Orton. He was on Raw Monday and he was on the phone with somebody. Who do y'all think he was on the phone with?
Ric Flair.
At first, I was thinking it was his dad, but I could definitely see them bringing Flair in to do something.
Think so?
Yeah,
And there's only one man diabolical enough to be that guy who could be that guy for Randy Orton the way he is right now. And that's a senile Ric Flair.
I could see
You
that.
want to talk about evolution? That's full circle evolution.
This one name I'm gonna throw out there, and I'm surprised y'all didn't say this. What about the final boss?
I've heard that. I
think it's The Rock, because I think the history between The Rock and Cody isn't done yet. You know what I'm saying? Going back to WrestleMania last year, I think it's The Rock. I think, to me, and then The Rock was trying to get Cody's soul that last year or whatever. So maybe that could be the storyline going in this time, that
Brother,
The Rock took Randy's soul. And
I hope not. I hope not. I hope not. Not because I want you not to be happy, brother Mike, because what he did last year was horrible for the business as a shoot. Okay. You basically destroyed it. Everything. Like he basically did. He did. Whatever they built.
It wasn't him. He told them.
I get that. I get that. But what the point being for me is that, are we going to get Twiggy Rock, or is he going to get back on the juice and become Rock again if he shows up? Like, I haven't seen him lately, so I don't know what he looks like. Did anyone see him at the Oscars?
Yeah, he back.
Oh, he's back to full size again? Oh, D-ball is a hell of a drug, man. Okay. Wow. Okay. But The Rock, it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, it makes sense the way you're explaining it, but because one, Randy and him never had really any interactions. Generally speaking.
But somebody, if The Rock needed somebody, I mean,
I get that, but I think it'll piss off people more than they will be happy about it.
And then going into WrestleMania, they're trying to get them big names.
No, I get that, right? And I get that part as well. And I mean, never say never. You may be right, and I'll be okay. That's awesome, right? I'll still enjoy it. But I just feel like it's Flair. It just suits it better. It just makes, if it's not his dad, it's Flair. It's just because of who he is. And Randy Orton as the Viper, as the apex predator, that character that he is right now, doesn't need to sell his soul because he doesn't have a soul.
That's true.
Well, he had to be reminded who he was.
Yeah.
And there's only one man who can remind him, who reminded him the very first time in that very first promo when he used to wear those blue trunks with the gold Orton on the back. Okay. That's before he had the sleeves. He just had those silly tattoos on his shoulders. Right? It was Ric Flair.
It's going to be interesting because I think Randy's supposed to be on SmackDown this Friday. So
yeah.
Hopefully we hear get a little more details on who he was on the phone with. I was even about to say Sami Zayn because the way he been acting, but the way that The Rock was talking, I mean, not The Rock, but Randy Orton. It seemed like he talked to somebody that hasn't been on the show in a while, because he had said something like it was good to hear. It's good to hear from you, or whatever, something like that.
Woo!
And I just think going into Mania, that's the name I'm gonna throw out.
Look, and let's just be real. Even you can hate The Rock 1,000 times over, but Rock gets emotions. He always gets emotions. So easily Rock could pop up, give a cut sign. Yeah. And I definitely could see it. I just
Well, you know
hope
what? Maybe it is. Yeah. Maybe it is The Rock. Maybe it is because this time they're not talking about him. They're not bringing him up. There's no publicity. This and that. I mean, when The Rock came back to host WrestleMania that one time after his long layoff, no one had a clue, right?
right.
That kind of Rock has to come back if he's going to come back then.
Yes.
Okay,
And
we don't need to hear his name. We don't need to hear anything. He just needs to show up.
Yeah.
Then I'll accept it.
That's what's up.
We should do a show called "That's What's Up."
So, fellas, I thank you all for coming on. You know what I'm saying? It's always a good time when we get to just sit here and chop it up and talk about wrestling.
Best hour, 20 minutes of our life today.
Before we get out of here, any announcements, any shout outs y'all want to give out?
Yes.
Go ahead, Bear.
I have an announcement. All you different podcasters out there that claim that you have wrestling knowledge, there is a show called WrestleBrania. We welcome any and all challengers who want to come and see if you can throw punches with the Professor and Samp. We're both champions. We are both champions, and we're the tag champions. You don't, again, please feel free. And that's not even just for podcasters. This goes for tag teams like the Headbangers. Yes, I'm going to keep calling you out. For Ollie Davis and Luke Owen of Wrestle Talk. Guys, I know y'all out there. I know. I watch your show every day. You can come to the States and get humble. We don't care who you are, what you do. If you want a piece of us, man, reach out and we can make it happen. We're not hard to find. We're not like WWE's champion, only defend every 80 days. We love challenges and love to show you what we're all about. So please.
That's what's up. Oh, and also Bear Thoughts is not gonna be is gonna be on Spotify now, right?
Yes, thank you. All my catalog, all 192 episodes on Spotify. Again, I just want to take the time to thank all of y'all for listening, to being fans, for just being there, and for all my guests that have been on the show. Thank you very much. Those who hadn't been on my show, what are you waiting on? Man, we're getting close to 200. It's crazy. In a short amount of time, how much I've grind and put in work. And yes, so check me out. And we actually have days and times, set days and time, Monday and Thursday at 6 o'clock Eastern. That's every week. So, man, please check me out. Please, if you see fit, come give a Bear a listen and see what you think. And then you can go back and tell some of your other favorite podcasts that they stand not a chance against the Professor and Samp. which is also on Mondays. So that's another thing.
You know, Mike D, there comes a time in life when a man needs to take that step and realize if he truly is a man or not. Now, our problem is we're so good, nobody wants to challenge us. And those who say, yeah, we will step up for the fight, quickly run around, turn around and run around and leave as fast as they came when they realize who the names are. So, Professor's already said everything, man. There's something I have to say to add to it except bring it. We'll beat anybody. We'll beat anybody. The only guys that could beat each other were he and I. Okay? No, I only lost because he beat me. He only lost because I beat him.
And you know what? I just thought about it. Maybe one of your guests may get a partner and come on. Mr. Russo, grab
Big.
your partner. Come on.
Okay, well, we'll reach out to him. We'll see what we can do. How about you, Mike D? You up for a little challenge, man?
I'll get back to y'all on that. I have to brush up on my wrestling.
Hey, you know what? You can bring your brothers of whatever they're called. We'll keep
discussion.
Yeah, the brothers of discussion.
Yeah, and shout out to them today. They got an episode today, and they had Red Velvet from AEW.
Yes.
So shout out to them. I'm gonna definitely check that out.
And I'm gonna be on the show next week. So
well, then, Bear, why don't you let them know?
I definitely will.
Good, and let them know that they ever really, if they want to break it down, I'll come there too and show them what's what.
Sweet.
Finally, Professor Bear. I said it to you before, brother man. Winnie the Pooh, Yogi Bear, fucking you name them all. The Berenstein Bears hate those bears. They ain't got shit on you, Professor. They ain't got shit on you.
Hey,
and fuck you too.
Everybody think Cocaine Bear died of overdose. Nah, he just ran into me and got done up.
Oh, you know what I'm saying, man? That Cocaine Bear, he was all right.
and also, don't forget to go on Google, put in Samp and Chance, and you see all this stuff. Everything from Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, X, everything, Instagram. So they
all three of us, especially you, for the 313, man. Hey, speaking of the 313, is it really a pimp town?
There are some parts.
No, like when I'm talking like that full on style.
Not like how I used to, but they still got his areas.
Where's Clarissa Shields from?
She's from Flint.
Okay, so is Flint a town that's really pimped out like that?
That I'm not sure. That's the city that had the water.
The water.
Yeah.
No, the only reason I'm asking, man, because she's fighting in Detroit a lot, right?
Yeah.
And I swear to God, there's like the pimp ball in that crowd.
But you know what? That's just the style of Detroit.
Okay, so that's what I'm trying to understand, right? That's the actual style. So PETA, I'm surprised PETA doesn't have a headquarters in Detroit or something, man. Like shit, the amount of fur that's going around that town. Holy smokes, man! Like I had to go back and watch your Clarissa fight again because I was just watching the crowd the whole fight. Like oh my God, look at that guy.
Fur coats and gaiters. That's the thing here in Detroit.
Dude, people wear that shit in public, huh?
Yeah. Hell, hey, you can get that in Atlanta too.
No, I believe it, but I just saw it in Detroit, man. I was just like, I just want to go there and just watch the crowd. Like,
it'd be
one show that I would be glad to work security.
Yeah. So, real quick before I get out of here, just anybody that's watching, I want to thank them for just supporting Wrestling from the 313. Yesterday we hit 5 million views overall on the YouTube channel.
Nice.
Thank you. And earlier today, before we went live, we hit 8,700 subscribers.
Awesome.
So happy about that. And I'm also excited. I got I put a post out, looking for guests. I got guests booked all the way up until September. So
Oh, wow.
Nice.
people reached out, was able to get everybody on. There's probably maybe like one or two that I'm still waiting on, but yeah, it's gonna be a busy summer like last summer, but we're gonna be going into that 100th episode. I gotta get y'all on for the 100th episode. You know what I'm saying?
Good.
Get some of the peeps on. Oh, and Bear, I gotta get you and Brady on the show in like October or something. So
Okay.
I'll reach out to y'all when it get close to that time. And
Why October? They should be on next week.
well, I got a guest next week.
And look,
See how I got your back there? See how I got your back all the time?
I was gonna say you got to man track Brady down and pretty much hog tie him before he'll get on the show.
Yeah, so I'm excited about some of the guests we got coming on. We got new people coming on. We got some that's returning, and I'm just interested to hear people's story. From the independents, the refs, the wrestlers, the podcasters, and stuff like that. So I'm just excited about this next run.
That's
And,
what's up.
You say who?
I said, that's what's up.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, so hey, that's just tune in, keep watching Wrestling from the 313. I appreciate everybody just supporting. We on the road to 9,000, 10K subscribers. So if you haven't, just make sure you subscribe. And it was a person that on YouTube, he left a comment. He was from Flint, and he was just saying that he been with the rocking with the channel since day one and showed a lot of love. If he's watching, I forgot his name, but shout out to you. I appreciate your comment and shout
fur
out
coat man for now.
Oh, and I want to give one more shout out. This got nothing to do with wrestling, but got to give a shout out to the WNBA. They got the CBA agreement done, so they're gonna have a season. It's not gonna be a lockout or a strike. So yeah,
Good.
I am so sorry, bro. I didn't even know that happened.
yeah. They announced it this morning when
No, I didn't even know they were on strike or anything, bro. I had no clue.
Well, yeah, they
talking about
CBA
this last
expired.
year.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
it wasn't
well,
looking
that's good. I'm
at all.
glad. I like WNBA. It's fun.
Yeah, I can't wait to
Amazon
get
women.
Have you been to a Seattle game?
Not yet, man. I'm trying to plan it. Maybe this August I'll try to get out there because the Cubs are going to be in Seattle.
Okay.
So I whenever the Cubs come to town, I try to get out there for the weekend then, so I can catch all three games.
And
Sweet.
that reminded me too, man. Seattle is getting a men's basketball team back.
Yeah, we're getting our Sonics back.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out, man, because the Sonics is my team, right? I'm Gary Payton all the way through and through. I'm, the Rain Man, like Kemp. That was my time, right? Even before we had the Grizzlies, I was a Sonics fan, and when my two teams were unceremoniously removed from the Pacific Northwest, I hated the NBA ever since. So I may come back. I don't know. I'm a college ball guy, right? I still like basketball. NBA just pissed me off, man. Like that, this is horrible. What they did to the Grizzlies and
Seattle.
And Seattle, man.
Yeah.
Considering the fact that we had we had what's that dude who plays in Brooklyn? We had him. We drafted him, and we drafted the other guy too. We drafted two guys, and then they left. He ended up in Golden State and Brooklyn.
Oh, Kevin Garnett.
Not Kevin Garnett.
I said KD.
Kevin
Durant. Him. Kevin Durant. Yeah, we had Kevin Durant, man. For 1 year, we had him in Seattle. Then they moved him.
Y'all had Russell Westbrook too.
And we had Russell Westbrook. We drafted them both.
Yeah. I hated those jerseys, though. Those jerseys was too big for them.
Oh no, dude, man. The green and the gold, we loved it. I love the Supersonics.
Oh yeah. The old jerseys though from back in the day, the Peyton and Kemp boys,
That was the best.
yeah, definitely.
Well, look, we're going to get the Supersonics back. It's going to be interesting to see how the Kraken deal with it, being the hockey team in there. Seattle's filled, man. All four markets are going to be busy again. So looking forward to it. Baseball season starts next week. I'm excited for that. Always am. World Series of Baseball. What a game. Yeah, it was a win for baseball. So you going to get to any games yourself?
I'm gonna try to.
You got to, man. If you have a team in your city, support it, bro. You lucky bastard.
But you know what? Our city kind of upset with Scooble right now because he ain't re-signed yet. So, so that's gonna be the
they'll get him. They'll get Scooey. They'll get Scooey. No worries, man. I think he wanted to see what he was gonna do in the tournament and to see if he can raise his price up. But
you know what? Detroit, the Tigers organization got a reputation of losing their top pitchers and they going somewhere else and winning the World Series.
Verlander,
Scherzer, was it Anibal Sanchez? And I want to say the dude that they got from Toronto, David, something. I can't.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he had left the Tigers and got a World Series. So, yeah, they got a reputation of letting people leave and getting World Series rings somewhere else.
They need Sparky back.
Yeah, or what's the other guy, Jim Leland?
That's it, man. But look, everything is beautiful, guys. This has been amazing. Thank you.
Oh yeah, definitely. I appreciate you guys coming on. Next week I got an episode to be on Tuesday. Ryan Mosley is coming on. We're gonna chop it up with him, and then next month the grind starts. You know, we got April, May, June, July, August, and September. Nothing but episodes. Definitely be posted on social media who we got coming on. So tune in, follow Wrestling from the 313 on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube. And I want to start doing some stuff on TikTok. So I'm trying to think about what day to do something or whatever, but definitely want to get to that TikTok audience too. So for my guests, Samp, Professor Bear, we are WSN's finest. We are the trifecta, as Samp like to call us. And it's Wrestling from the 313. It's your boy Mike D, and I will see you all next week. Have a good night. Peace.
Good night, brothers.
All right.